Systems analysis and design is a generic term for describing methodologies for developing IT systems. The SAD technique is actually not limited to IT systems and can be used to create just about anything, from a family house to the International Space Station. However, in the context of this course, SAD will focus on IT systems, as we know restaurants' trend is growing fast, due to which customers have to wait for order mobile-based. Our application will facilitate the customer to order via mobile and expected time of order will be notified. We will develop an application so the next time you eat at restaurant your waiter may be your mobile device. Problem statement: restaurant automation is the next evolutionary step for restaurants that are looking to increase customer awareness and loyalty, and offer their valued guests a modern and interactive way to order food as well as receive personalized and interactive. We are going to facilitate the customers that they can easily order the desired food. There will be complete digital menu of restaurant with prices and availability shows on your mobile. Expected delivery time of order will be notified and your order details will be sent to the counter. As we know, a crowd is rapidly increasing the restaurants day by day, so restaurants owners need to hire more staff to handle restaurant traffic. More waiters need to hire, which raises the cost, and there will be more chances of error while ordering due to high traffic. Sometimes calling a waiter repeatedly seems awkward and most of customers feel uncomfortable while waiter is standing on your front and wait for an order and customer didn't decide it yet. Traditional restaurant services are mostly based on manual ordering system, like to call the waiter and ask him/her for order, which enhances the paperwork. Afterwards, waiter proceeds further to fulfill the order, which consumes time. In case if customer wants to change the order, it will to cause some problems. We want to facilitate the customers and restaurants owners through mobile application, which based on user-friendly touchscreen Android-based devices makes search and trouble-free ordering for customers, and enables restaurants to improve customer service and efficiency, while reducing labor and administration costs. Our system will eliminate all the paperwork that currently used in restaurants. Owner can keep records of the sales, which can be used for future analysis. Restaurants' billing system need to change currently running system using bundles of papers for billing and ordering, and management should be responsible to keep the record manually, so on-rate will save the orders and billing receipts automatically in database. The end product of the project is an Android application which helps the customer to order the food while sitting on their tables through mobile or tablet device. The customer feels friendly and comfortable while ordering the food. On the other end, there is a web-based application running on the counter which manages the customer's orders and verify them. The web application keeps and manages all the customer billing records and even their food choices, so when a customer comes next time, application analyzes the patterns and suggest food items as per their choices, also known as upselling. That end-to-end automated process reduces human efforts, delay and errors, thereby strengthening the payment process. With technology at every step, sophisticated dining is much preferred and considered effective from guests' perspective as it reduces response time. Project outcomes: providing an attractive digital menu to facilitate the customers, getting the customers' loyalty and attraction, eliminate the use of pen/pencil and paper while taking orders, eliminate the need of a waiter to wait for a specific order, eliminate the need of pen/pencil and paper while paying the bill, eliminate the need to keep expanding storage for bills while providing a smarter storage solution. Methodology and software life cycle: to develop this system, we had been identified a suitable methodology to be followed during the implementation of online restaurant automation system. Prototyping model explains detail in this section. Here is the prototype model of the project planning phase. The project planning starts in this phase. First, the information is gathered from the restaurant and the end users about the manual system. Before starting build the system, problem must be analyzed in manual system, then try to solve the problem. At the same time, element that is in the database should be known. Analysis phase: during this phase, the manual system is investigated and improvement opportunities are identified based on the information gathered in the planning phase. The user requirements are gathered. analyzed and reviewed. The final deliverables from this phase are analysis report. Output from this phase is context diagram. DFD and ERD design phase. The output produced in the analysis phase is used to guide the design process of this system. During this phase, database will be designed. It is designed based on requirement needed by this system. Besides that, an interface will also be designed. It is based on output of analysis phase which had been gathered from the organization. Implementation phase. During this phase, the system actually built by using Eclipse software and Macromedia Dreamweaver 8 based on the deliverable produced in design phase. Database and interface design from design phase will be developed. Then, process of written code will be done. In this system, programming had divided into two JSP language and exclude database. Interface of a system will be developed by using Macromedia Dreamweaver 8 and Adobe Photoshop CS5. Testing phase. After complete develop the system, testing phases will be done. This is important to test whether code which had been implemented is correct or not. If there is error occurred, a solution will be finding to overcome the problem. If there is an error, the modifying code will be done from the beginning phase of development. SDLC for our project is Waterfall Model is one of the most widely used software development process. It is also called as linear sequential model or the classic life cycle or iterative model. It is widely used in the commercial development projects. It is called so because here, we move to next phase step after getting input from previous phase. Like in the waterfall, water flows down to from the upper steps. Relevance to course modules. Our project includes the concepts from various courses. The coding concepts come from the Java and OOP. The courses of Southeast I and Southeast II will help us in documentation and testing and quality assurance. Database will be used to store the database. Tools for the project: JSP Servlets, Structs Web Framework, Android SDK, Jasper Report, Java, and exclude Eclipse. Database diagram. Here is the database diagram of our project. We have defined all the relations and entities involved along with their primary foreign key contents and the application constraints. The use case diagram will show that how user will interact with the system. Login. The use case name is login. The purpose of this use case is to proceed the user further. The actors of this use case will be admin, operator, chef. The user must enter the username and password. The system checks if the entered username and password is correct. If yes, then it will allow the user to proceed further. Otherwise, system will not allow the user to do anything and prompt the user to enter correct username and password. The status of this use case is essential. For the preconditions, username and password must be correct, and according to post condition, the user will not be able to log on to system with incorrect username and password. Here is the course of action. What will happen after the user interact with this item related to previous use case? It is the series of action and the responsive system related to relevant actions. Register user use case. The purpose of this use case is to facilitate the newly entered customers so they can access the functionality of the system. This is one of the essential use case. The actor will be the admin. Admin requests for an account. System checks and validate users' information. If they are correct, system allow administrator to create an account, otherwise prompt the error message. Preconditions. User information must be correct. Post condition. Administrator creates account from available information. Here is the course of action. What will happen after the user interact with this item related to previous use case? It is the series of action and the responsive system related to relevant actions. This use case is related to the installation of the system. When a user first time run the application on its device, unique ID generates and save it to Resturant exclude database, so whenever user comes next time he should be able to put order by single click. Precondition: user must run application at least one time on its device. Post condition: user will be able to place order and can see their billing history. Course of action of installation use case. Order placement use case. Customer place order by its mobile device or tablet by one click so it can help to reduce the time. User also browse the food items, view bill estimate, add some special instructions, have an idea of time estimate and how much minute the order served. User also modify its order. Precondition: customer should have the idea that should generated first time when user run that application. Post condition: customer should have the idea that should generated first time when user run that application. Bill summary use case. After placing and serving the order, system generates the bill summary of that order and user can also see the summary on its device. Precondition: an order should be placed. Post condition: customers pay the bill and system update the status to paid. Food suggestion use case. To display the best combination of dishes according to the previous history of customer. Preconditions: customer have at least one previous order. Open the menu. Post conditions: select the food items, make order. Show ads use case. When customer opens the application, ads will be displayed. Preconditions: the application should be open. Post conditions: ads will be displayed by the users. Use case name greetings abstract. No purpose to greet the customers. Factors: customer system importance. Secondary overview: when customer open the application on the special occasion, the greeting message will shown on screen. Status essential. Preconditions: open the application. Post conditions: customer is greeted on special occasions. Use case name feedback: when customer pays the bill, then customer can give feedbacks. Preconditions: pay the bill, after finish the food. Post conditions: feedback is analyzed by the management. Use case name multi-language support. Use case name order confirmation and actors operator. System overview: when customer makes the order, it is confirmed by the waiter. Status essential. Preconditions: make order. Post conditions: order sends to the chicken. Use case name order queue actors system. Chef overview: when customer makes the order, it is listed in queue. Status essential. Preconditions: makes the order. Post conditions: queue is maintained. Use case name generate reports. Purpose: to display the profit and trending dishes. Factors: admin primary overview reports are generated on a daily basis. Preconditions: should have customers data and dishes data. Post conditions: reports are analyzed. Use case name dishes management. Purpose: to add, update and delete the dishes. Factors: admin overview: admin manages the dishes. Preconditions: admin is logged on. Post conditions: dishes will be added or deleted. Use case name billing management. Purpose: to create the invoice. Factors: admin overview: bill is calculated after the submission of the order. Preconditions: admin is logged on, order is submitted. Post conditions: bill sends to the customer. Non-functional requirements. Usability. The system's user interface will be very simple and self-explanatory. They are very easy to adapt to and use. The users just have to touch the option they want. The waiters will interact with PDAs. They will each be able to access the tables that they are responsible for. The menus for the restaurant will show up as drop-down menus on the PDAs. Customers only have to select the item from the drop-down list. Reliability. The system is guaranteed to be reliable. All inputs to the system will be selections from options that the system will show on the screen. Since the system will only provide valid options, there is absolutely no possibility that invalid inputs can be entered. Each user will have a unique user ID. This removes the risk of unauthorized access to the system. Also, users can only access parts of the system that they require for their job. For example, the waiter cannot access the inventory management or the payroll feature of the system. Those parts, among a few others, can only be accessed by the manager. All these constraints will ensure the reliability of the system. Performance. The system will be used by many employees of the restaurant at the same time and can handle it without any errors. However, for this to happen, the server at the restaurant should be able to handle all the traffic without creating any problems. The restaurant should also have a high-speed wireless connection for the system to perform its best. The waiters will be using PDAs and will only be able to connect to the system with a wireless connection. Since some tasks like placing and cooking and an order are sequential, the operator has to update the system with the order first before the cook will see it. In order for this to happen efficiently, the LAN connection needs to be fast so that changes are reflected on the application instantly without any delay. We hope you like our presentation. Thank you.